everyone, and welcome to Foothill High School's drama production of Her Majesty Miss Jones, written by George Baxton and Don Harmon.
We ask that you please turn off all pagers, cell phones, and little children.
Once again, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Yes, Alice.
You can't tell me that every electrician in town is working on a new supermarket. You just don't like watching television.
Now, Alice, that's not fair. Sometimes the new heater turns on the set, too.
Well, it's a nerve-wracking way to watch a program. I know. You don't have Miss Spindle working on your new store. I'll call her.
A woman electrician? The world gets madder every day.
She's also a plumber.
Alice, she's also bowling champion of Onawana County, too. But I will not have her in the house.
Amazing when you think of how nearsighted she is.
Nearsighted? The woman couldn't tell Boulder Dam from a teacup.
Oh, Ed, it's time for the Monica Marshall program.
I hope the heater cooperates. I can't stand the woman.
This is really too irritating. I just know she had something important to say. And another thing, Ed. I'm very worried about those fire engines we heard before.
Why? It's Thursday.
Now, Ed, really, a fire can be just as serious on a Thursday as it is on a Tuesday. Or a Monday, for that matter.
Alice, have you not forgotten that the volunteers practice every Thursday night?
Oh, for heaven's sake, of course they do. Why didn't you remind me?
I didn't think I had to. It's only been a weekly occurrence for as long as I can remember.
After thanking you for inviting me into your living room, I want you to do me another favor. I want you to prove you are my very favorite lambkins and buy only Blue Lake's frozen foods. Of course, it's really a favor to yourselves. Don't forget, Blue Lake's the first with the taste. And now, ladies, the program tonight is really just for us girls. So send those grumpy old menfolk back to their newspapers, where they probably are anyway, and we'll discuss something that's almost as important as a slice of succulent Blue Lake's fish. Your personality. And what's wrong with it? Into your room tonight is coming none other than the renowned...
I'm sorry, Alice, not tonight. There's too much going on. With Ken coming home tonight, the market opening tomorrow.
I understand, dear. Of course, we might have learned something. After all, personality is terribly important.
Alice, will you please tell me why that woman is so popular?
Well, she's very pretty. I guess that's why men like her. Women like her because it's so nice to be able to sit down after a hard day and have someone tell you how noble you are. Heaven knows our husbands don't. And another thing, Ed, you're not being at all pleasant about someone who's doing you a big favor.
Alice, the only reason she's coming to the opening of my supermarket is because...
Please, Ed. You don't open a supermarket anymore. You have a premiere.
Alice, it's my market and I'm opening it. Besides, the only reason she's coming is because Blue Lakes are making her.
Ed, do calm down. Remember your blood pressure.
God. Not again. Not tonight!
I wish whoever had given Junior Hayden that saxophone had also given him lessons. Good. I'll bet when Miss Marshall is here tomorrow, he won't be allowed to play that thing. Lucky Mrs. Hayden.
Lucky? Saxophone sounds terrible.
I mean, because being president of the Drama Guild, she gets to have Miss Marshall. Stay at her house, that is. Of course, if anything should happen to her, I'm vice president.
Alice, get all those ideas out of your head. She's as strong as an ox.
Hello there, it's only me.
Why, Clara!
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'd have called I was coming, but they won't let you use the phone in the lobby.
Good evening, Clara. Are you going someplace?
I've already arrived. Now, no fuss. I will sleep here on the sofa, and that's that.
But why sleep sleep on the sofa when you have that perfectly lovely room at the hotel?
You mean you haven't heard?
No, Clara, we haven't heard.
Well, certainly you heard the fire engines.
Yeah, but it's Thursday. We thought they were just practicing.
Practice nothing. The boys finally got a chance to do their stuff.
Clara, the hotel isn't burned down.
Oh, no, it's just sort of drowned. The boys certainly had a good time, but practically had to swim from the 3rd floor to the lobby.
Get to the point, Clara.
First, let me have some of that lemonade. You know, in a way, it's your fault, Ed. Well, you know how they've been decorating that dining hall for that television star that's christening his new store?
Please, Clara, supermarket.
Anyway, one of the workmen dropped a cigarette into one of the potted palms. You know those big green ones they always rent from Mercy's funeral parlor? Well, it turns out it wasn't a palm at all. It was paper. I never did trust that Mercy.
Clara, get on with your story.
Oh, well, the palm went up in a blaze, but Mr. Higbee saw it from the lobby and sounded the alarm. And then the boys arrived, huffing and puffing, hooks and ladders, and at least 6 miles of hose.
Wait, but how did the fire get to your floor?
Oh, the fire didn't, but the water did. You see, Mr. Quincy and his cronies were playing poker in his room.
Please,
And-
Clara, I still don't understand.
Oh, well, he opened the window to see what the problem was, and as if all the cigar smoke wasn't bad enough, he had that awful pipe in his mouth.
And they thought, oh, poor Mr. Quincy.
Oh, he'll survive. When I left, they were giving him artificial respiration.
You poor dear, what an experience.
Well, it is nice to be here in all this peace and quiet. I forgot about him.
Someone always stops him eventually.
Yeah, well, if it were hunting season, that'd stop him permanently. You see that? Your precious Monica Marshall hasn't even arrived yet. She set fire to the hotel.
He's taken such a dislike to Miss Marshall, I just don't know how he'll treat her tomorrow.
From what I hear about Miss Marshall, she'll turn him into another sheep in her flock, one of her precious lambkins.
Not this boy.
No, Clara, he's too much of a collared bull. But I still love you very much.
Alice, don't be mushy in front of your sister. Besides, the honeymoon's over.
No need to remind me. Oh, it's high time she realized all she's missing. Clara, hasn't Mr. Higbee said anything to you?
What does any landlord say? Greetings, it's the 1st of the month. No, he's not very talkative. But don't worry about me, Alice. You're married enough for the both of us.
Well, it just seems such a shame. Well, I'm glad we can put you out, but at least you'll have some peace and quiet around here. Oh, except for the new hot water heater. When they installed it, they must have connected it with the television set or something.
That's jolly. We can all go swimming in Channel 13.
They just crossed a few wires. I'll have it fixed in the morning.
What time is Kenji back from camp tonight?
I'm supposed to go to the station around 9:30.
Mother, Father!
Jean, what is it?
Wasn't she simply divine? Wasn't she but too absolutely spellbinding? Wasn't she just a lamb? Hi, Clara.
Hi, Jean.
Monica Marshall I'm talking about. She said we must all find our true personalities and change to them. Well, how do we look?
Like you're about to do the family wash?
It's a ponytail.
A pony. Where's your saddle and blinders?
Now, it really is quite popular among the younger set. Isn't it, Clara?
Sure, I've been planning on wearing my hair that way for ages.
But of course, nobody has hair like hers. As they say in the ads, tresses of golden glow with a tendency to silver.
Mine's mouse brown with a tendency to scamper.
God.
Can I make some more lemonade?
Go right ahead, dear. You know everything is. Now, Jean, if your father doesn't approve of your hair
And
that
just
way,
think, tomorrow she'll actually be here, in person, staying right across the street. Golly, I just thought of something. If she's on television in New York tonight, are we sure she's going to be here by tomorrow?
Yeah, unfortunately they have airplanes. Oh, but there are weather conditions.
The weather wouldn't dare. Not to her. Oh, it's just too exciting.
I love the way your daughter sits in a chair. She approaches it and has a spasm.
Now, Daddy, don't you recognize the Monica Marshall slouch?
Oh my God. Just wish I could open my market without having to import some dizzy blonde.
Dizzy, I'll have you know she's been nominated Television Goddess of the Year.
Ah, the good old days when a goddess had to be Greek, Roman, dead.
Daddy, wait. Shall I ask him now?
Go ahead, Jean. The answer is no.
Daddy, it's about a dress.
Jean, you have a dress.
A dress for the big party for Monica Marshall.
Jean, you have a party dress too.
That old thing, I wore that a year ago, and that was for the junior high commencement.
it is rather little girl, Ed.
But Alice, that's what she is, our little girl.
Mother, I can't wear that old thing. Tim Hayden's taking me. He's gonna think he's babysitting. Calls me buddy as it is.
Well, darling, I don't know what we're going to do. I suppose if it were other than Miss Marshall. You see, Ed refuses to buy Jean a new party dress. He'd be furious if I did.
Well, we'll see what we can do. In fact, there's really no reason I couldn't just get her her Christmas present 7 months early.
Oh, Aunt Clara, would you? You'd be simply scrumptious, like even a positive lamb.
Well, someone should be giving Monica Marshall some competition.
Well, it's awfully kind of you, Clara. And not to be too personal, but isn't it about time you got yourself a new dress?
Alice, that Sicilian number mine is old, so old it's back in style.
But Mr. Higby.
After over 10 years, it'd take more than a dress to get Mr. Higby to notice me.
But you're the only woman that he ever asks out.
And that's all that he ever asks me. And the extent of our conversation on our wild dates is good evening and good night. But speaking of romance, is Helen Bray thrilled about Ken coming home?
Positively goony. She's coming over later, and she's going to go with us when we get him at the station. Although, in a way, she's kind of upset. He didn't answer her last letter or the one before.
He's just been too busy.
Yes, I hear they're always finding things for boys to do in the army.
And she says even when he does write, he sounds remote.
Well, he is 500 miles away.
She doesn't mean in miles. She means in his thoughts.
I think Helen's been working too hard at the library. Got her reading too many books. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if Ken proposed during his furlough.
Helen would be.
Well, I should be heading to the station soon.
Oh, wait for me. Helen and I are going with you. And then afterwards, you can drop me off at the peppermint stick. Got a date with Tim Hayden.
Jean, I'm not taking you anywhere with that hairdo.
Okay, darling. Just wait till the thing hears, and Mike and Martha can be staying right across the street, breathing the same air.
The purpose of her visit is to open my supermarket. The mere fact that she's breathing is quite incidental. Besides, I cannot give a hoot after 7 months in the infantry.
And he's only a youngster. He might be very impressed.
Alice, no one's only a youngster after 7 months in the infantry.
To his mother, he still is. Well, I do hope they've taken good care of him.
I still think you should have written to the general about his allergy.
Sounded fine in his letter. Even said he had a surprise for us. There, much better. What's happening to the world nowadays when someone on TV can change girls' appearances, looks, the way they act?
No, Ed, every generation has its style setters. Why, when we were young, it was... Well, who was it, Clara?
When I was young, Martha Washington.
Hey, Mom.
Kenneth, how wonderful! Oh, my goodness!
Why, son, I was just going to the station to pick you up.
Hitched a ride with one of the other men. He had to pass through Fernwood, so I figured he'd drop me off.
Ken!
And Clara! And who's this little gorgeous creature?
Well, how's the army, Colonel?
Looks like you're gonna have to put up with me for 7 whole days. Yippee, 7 whole days.
Well, darling, you look so different, so grown up.
Yeah, son, you look mighty important.
I am important, and here's the surprise I told you about. Look, I've been promoted, PFC.
Darling, an officer already?
Not quite an officer, Mom, but well on the way. And with the CO I have, it's quite a miracle. But now that I'm here for 2 weeks, I'd like to forget all about old Rockhead.
Now there's a nice name, Rockhead.
Not his real name, Aunt Clara. We just call him that.
To his face?
No, but we sure will once we're out of the army.
Well, darling, if he's so mean, why don't you just complain to the general?
Son, don't mind women. They don't know about anything.
Isn't it exciting you can make it home in time for Dad's premiere?
Sure is. It's gonna be like the 4th of July, huh, Pop?
You don't know it, but the fireworks start tonight.
I must call Helen and tell her that you've arrived.
Oh, no, not just yet, Mom. I just got here. I need to get, washed up, oriented,
Well, Kenneth, is something wrong? Are you hungry?
Gosh, no, we stopped several times to eat. It's just, I don't want to have to see Helen the minute I get home.
Well, you don't care to see Helen and you're not hungry. Kenneth, are you ill?
Kenneth, are you married?
Gosh, no, and probably never will be. It's just, a man should never compromise now, should he?
Wait, son, what are you talking about?
Well, about Helen. You see, when a boy grows up in a small town, and a girl lives next door, they sort of take each other for granted. But then say one of them moves away, or goes into the army. Well, once they've been away and met other people and seen other places, they just sort of get a new perspective. You understand, right, Dad?
Well, I don't, Kenneth. Please explain.
What I'm trying to say, Mom, is my taste is different now.
Is this some roundabout way of telling me that the army spoiled you for your mother's cooking?
Gosh, no, Mom, you're the best cook in the world. It's my taste in women that's changed now. I just think a man should look the field over before he settles down, makes a decision. You get the idea.
I get the idea. Jean, I think you better leave the room.
That's okay. Got I'd date with Tim Hayden anyways. Besides, I dig what he's about to say. Jeepers, wait till Helen here, she's been handed her hat.
Son, is that what you're trying to tell us?
In a way, I mean, I like Helen. She's a swell girl and all that. It's just, why settle for less? That's my new philosophy, now that I'm a man of the world.
No, he's fallen in love with someone else. I just know it.
I haven't fallen in love with anyone else, Mom. And I certainly wouldn't fall in love with her. My ideal, that is. But after meeting her and talking to her, well, I can just tell that Helen's no longer my type.
And this brilliant conversationalist of yours, what type is she?
Oh, she's wonderful. She hardly knows I exist, though. She came to visit us at camp. She made a speech and autographed things. She's a celebrity, you see. Her name's Miss Monica Marshall.
My turn to sit down.
I met her when she was passing out donuts. Oh, she made me forget all about that 30-mile hike I just come back from. I kept going back for donuts and more donuts. I was even going to keep one as a souvenir, except sort of got all stale and crumbly.
Oh yeah, I'll be sure to complain to the salesman.
You said you talked to her. What did she say?
Imagine, words from her lips. She said, "Back again, Lambie? I'm just going to have to call you Donuts."
Now there's a bit of pulsating dialogue.
And then I wrote to her, thanking her for visiting, and then she wrote back, sent an autographed picture of herself, and then naturally I sent another letter thanking her.
You mean you're corresponding?
In a way, it's just, she always sends me the same letters, same responses, autographed picture of herself. I've got about 12 of them now. Sure do decorate the footlocker, though.
Isn't it about time someone informed Lambie here that Little Bo Peep arrives here tomorrow night?
What is she talking about?
What she's talking about is your ideal is making an appearance at my store tomorrow.
No, not Miss Monica Marshall. Here?
Yes, here. And if you must know, she'll be staying across the street at the Haydens, breathing the same air.
Same air. It's going to be like a reunion all over again.
Son, shut the door. Let's go upstairs. We'll talk about your promotion, man, to PFC.
I always knew you'd understand, Dad.
Well, Kenneth, what shall I do about Helen?
I'll just tell her I'm catching up on old times with Dad.
So, Alice, how do you think you like being mother-in-law to a TV goddess?
Oh, don't be silly, Clara. You know that she'll find his infatuation as humorous as we do.
It's Helen, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, hello, dear. Do come in.
Hello.
Hello, Helen. You're looking very nice today.
Thanks. I was afraid I looked afraid. I've been working on my dress for the party tomorrow night. I hope I haven't missed going to the station.
Oh, we don't have to go. Ken's already here.
We were just about to call you, weren't we, Clara?
Yes. Yes, we were.
I'm so anxious to see him. How is he? How does he look?
He's just fine, dear. He's upstairs discussing a little problem with his father.
Oh, about the new store, I bet.
It's connected in a way.
You don't mind if I wait?
Not at all, dear. Do sit down. Shouldn't be too long. We all know how it is when men get together.
I don't.
We're also thrilled about Monica Marshall. Imagine somebody so famous coming to this town, this very street. I wonder what it's like being Monica Marshall.
Very hectic, I'm sure.
I'd swap any day.
Miss Jones, do you think I'm too unsophisticated?
Helen, I think you are a very sweet, natural young lady.
Thanks, but that doesn't answer my question. See, tonight on our show, Miss Marshall said that there are two types of women. Maybe we dress and act like one type, but really we should be the other type. She said she was a shy little wren for years, but turned out to be a peacock and didn't know it.
Who told her? Another peacock? You know, it could be my problem. Imagine Mr. Higby's face if I strutted into the hotel dressed up like a peacock.
Clara, maybe if you did.
I was joking. Unmarried people do that sometimes. You know, I'm sure that Miss Marshall simply meant we should all be ourselves.
Still, I bet if I were the other type, Ken would have answered those last two letters.
He's been very busy, Helen.
Yes, I hear he hasn't caught up with his correspondence with the White House.
Now, Helen, don't you fret about Ken. He's a PFC now. He's got a lot on his plate. Excuse me. Hello? Well, hello, Mrs. Hayden. I know, terrible, isn't it? Well, what do you mean? All of your relatives? Well, sure, Tim can stay the night. I'll let him know when he walks Jean home. night, I'm sure. Monica Marshall? Why, Mrs. Hayden, as vice president, it's my duty. Okay, no problem. Bye-bye. Now, Jean can sleep with me. She's got a sniffle, so we can't put her on the sleeping porch. Ed can go on the sleeping porch. Tim can sleep in Jean's room. Clara, you stay right there. That settles everything.
That's nice, but can I ask why everyone's being put to bed?
Well, it seems that all of the Hayden's relatives that plan on staying at the hotel for the opening of Ed's store now have to stay at their house. We'll be taking Tim in for the night.
What was that about Monica Marshall?
Well, in case they're all still there tomorrow night, she'll be ours.
No, she won't. I'm not gonna have that creature in this house.
Well, and we must if the occasion arises. I mean, she is here for your store, and I'm vice president of the Drama Guild.
I told you not to be part of that club. It's too subversive.
It would be a thrill having her in our home.
And what about her maids and her secretaries and the whole dang safari? What about them?
Oh, they'll go on the porch with you. That's where you're sleeping tonight.
On what?
Uh-huh.
Well, yes, dear, it'll be much more comfortable than when you go on those hunting trips.
Alice, I don't even know if there's a bed out there.
Well, of course there is, dear. Remember when you had to check for the bat underneath it recently?
And why am I being shunted out of here?
Well, because Jean is sleeping with me and Tim's sleeping in her room, and Claire?
You know, in all the excitement, I forgot to eat. I'm gonna go make a sandwich. Do you want one?
No thanks. I'll just wait here. Ken should be down eventually.
I'm sure he will. And don't you worry, he'll be back to normal in a couple of days.
Oh, you know, I just got here. Had to get situated, oriented. You know how it is. So, how are you, Helen?
Oh, I'm just fine, thanks. And you?
Oh, you know how it is. Terribly busy, of course. Got a lot of responsibilities now.
Oh, yes, congratulations on your new promotion.
I've got a long ways to go.
How is the Army, Ken?
It's rugged, at least at first. But, guess it all depends on what you're made of. So how's the library?
We're open 3 nights a week now.
3 nights a week? Wow! I'd say this small town has turned into quite the city.
Does it look so very different to you? I mean, now that you've traveled so much?
Well, I haven't really seen it yet, but with the library being open 3 nights a week and that new supermarket opening up, I'd say this old burg's really jumping.
You sound as though you're making fun of Fernwood.
Well, not actually. You see, it's just, now that I've been away and I've seen other places and met other people, it just seems so, I don't know, you gotta admit, Fernwood isn't that big.
You didn't seem to think it was so dinky 6 months ago.
It's all I knew back then. But now that I'm a man of the world, it just seems so unsophisticated.
I suppose it does, coming from a sophisticate like yourself.
For Pete's sake, Helen, don't get all offended.
And
All I
I
said was...
suppose you think we're all unsophisticated too.
Good night, I didn't even say
Ken,
that.
I've been looking so forward to seeing you, although I know it's unsophisticated to tell man, and then you go and act like this. And now I realize why you didn't answer my last 2 letters. Probably didn't even read them, just tore them up, unopened.
I did too read them.
Then why didn't you take the time to answer them?
I didn't have any time. And besides, be back faster than I could respond.
You used to have time. Oh, you probably found them so amusing coming from simple me. Probably read them to all the soldiers in the dormitory.
It's not the dormitories, it's the barracks.
You mean you did read them to them?
Of course I didn't read them. All this fuss about these silly little letters, or how I didn't respond to your silly little letters.
That does it, Ken Robinson. I'll never write you a silly letter again, and I hope I never see you again, ever.
Oh yeah? Well, fine!
Oh, well, it looks like all your fighting isn't done in the Army.
What the dickens can be the matter with her, Aunt Clara?
Oh, it's just sulfur and molasses season for everyone. Now go apologize.
I didn't do anything.
Well, I don't think that matters. She's a nice girl. You don't want her crying all night. Go.
Fine.
Oh, I don't mind being an outdoor man for a neighbor, but as far as that TV goddess is concerned, you can forget about it.
And I don't know why you're getting so excited. It's only if the occasion arises. Now let me go get your linen and fix up your bed.
You'll be as snug as a bug in a rug.
Alice, who wants to be a bug in a rug? I'm gonna go put my jammies on.
Well, maybe, Ed, you'll like it so much out there that you'll never want to come back inside.
Alice, there are times when I think you've gone completely insane.
Don't tell me you two are already done stuffing yourselves with the peppermint stick.
Hi, Miss Jones.
There's some lemonade if you're thirsty.
No thanks. Not on top of a double fudge nut sundae.
Right on top of vanilla float. You know, I must be getting old. I'm sort of losing my capacity.
Well, 2 minutes from now when you're hungry again, there's some chocolate cake in the kitchen.
Your aunt staying here?
Yeah, we never have any exciting guests. Oh, how I envy you, Tim Hayden.
It is kind of an honor, having Monica Marshall stay at our house.
It is kind of exciting. So you're going to divulge her that you're reporting for the school paper?
I don't think so. That way she'll be on her guard. However, I'm going to divulge something to you. I can trust you, can I?
Sure. We're buddies, aren't we?
I don't know. You're also a woman.
Gee, thanks.
Well, I'll go ahead and risk it. I'm also covering for the Fernwood Chronicle.
The Chronicle?
I'm going to be a newspaper man eventually, so why not start now? When I went to see the editor today, I told him that Monica Marshall was staying at our house, and he gave me the assignment. I sent a word.
Tim, that's so exciting.
You see, he understood that naturally I'd be in position to get the scoop first.
Scoop? What scoop?
Silly, you can't have a person like Monica Marshall around without there being a scoop. Anyway, the editor said that if the scoop was big enough, he'd even give me a byline at 2 cents a word.
A byline? We've got to make that scoop happen.
Oh, it'll happen. I just wouldn't be around when it does.
Hello, Tim. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks, Mrs. Robinson.
You're staying for the night, dear.
I am. Why, it's not a blizzard or anything. Besides, I live just across the street.
Well, yes, but it seems that all your relatives that planned on staying at the hotel are now staying at your house. You can sleep in Jean's room. Jean, you'll be sleeping with me. Now, I suggest that we all get ready for bed. Tomorrow promises to be quite a day.
Guess I better go get my jammies and toothbrush.
Wait, how long are your relatives staying with you?
Search me. Nobody even told me they were coming.
But if they're at your house tomorrow night, it'll be full. Where will Monica Marshall stay?
Oh, if they're full, she'll stay with us. Though I don't know where we'll put her. I suppose there's always the dining room table, but it's kind of weird.
Wouldn't that be exciting if Monica Marshall stayed here?
But then I wouldn't get the scoop.
Scoop of what?
Don't worry, Tim. We're buddies, aren't we? I'll get the scoop and pass it right along to you. I'll stay glued to our side.
That's a promise?
Sacred psalm, hope to die, promise.
The only thing you two lack is the dynamite in the getaway car.
You'll find out in soon time, Aunt Claire. We want to surprise you.
I haven't been surprised since Mr. Higbee took me to dinner. We split the bill, of course, but we went together.
Well, so long, folks. I'll be right back. Thanks for putting me up.
I'll leave the hotline on for you. Well, I better get upstairs and get busy with this.
What is it?
La Rue Beauty Cleanse. It's one of her sponsors. If I use it tonight and she sees what it's done to my complexion tomorrow, she'll know I'm really one of her lambs.
Now, just a minute. You be careful what you put on your face.
And wait, if I send in 3 box tops, I get a free copy of her thoughts on life and men.
If your father catches you reading such drivel, you won't get a new dress to your senior graduation.
Clara, you should have let me make your bed.
I needed the exercise. Besides, living at a hotel, I'm all out of practice. You can tell.
Which reminds me, instead of staying at the hotel, why don't you come live here? You can have kids or now that he's in the army.
No thanks. I can imagine Ed with his sister-in-law under his feet. I'll keep my little hotel room and my independence.
Well, we'd love to have you anytime. Of course, you should have a home of your own by now.
So you keep telling me, but it's a little late to be looking into real estate.
And Miss Marshall says that the only place a woman is queen is in her own home.
Who wants to be queen in a palace without a king?
And when I think of all the chances that you've had,
Must have been the gun and the bear trap that scared them away. It's funny. When I was 20, I really didn't give having a husband a thought. I just wanted to get out of college and embark on my career. Well, I've got the career. I mean, here I am, an executive at 30, an executive at 33. I just feel like life should have more to offer than being head buyer at the local Woolworths. I mean, even Miss Spindle seems more fulfilled. At least she's got her bowling.
Well, perhaps when Miss Marshall is here, we can ask her advice. She's so wise, so intelligent. Yes, that's what we'll do. And Clara, don't you fret about that Mr. Higby. He's a bit of a stuffed shirt anyway.
Even a stuffed shirt's better than an empty one.
Yes, I suppose it is. Well, we'll have to have him out to dinner sometime. Show him all he's missing.
Okay. Oh, but it can't be the last Friday of the month. Something mysterious always takes him to the Great Falls.
Clara, you don't think there's another woman?
Oh, no. Even this silent Romeo would want to see his Juliet more than once a month. But speaking of Romeo and Juliet, you and Ed seem to be very happy.
Oh, our marriage has been almost ideal. Ed pretends to be gruff, and he's not so thoughtful as he used to be. I mean, when we were engaged, he used to bring me flowers all the time.
He's given you a house with a garden full of flowers. Why buy them?
As Monica Marshall says, every woman deserves a token of appreciation every now and then, just for coping with life, just for solving her everyday problems. I'm afraid I have to agree with her. For heaven's sake, I'm not complaining. Boy, tonight sure does seem to be pretty topsy-turvy.
There hasn't been a celebrity in this town since Rin Tin Tin. And if they'd be staying here, thank God it's not Rin Tin Tin.
So I wonder if I should take my winter coat on the cedar chest.
Darling, it's going to be plenty warm out there. I'll be out later to tuck you in.
You get near me, Alice Robinson, and I'll scream. Suppose I should be good-natured about this. It's just I feel like a Cub Scout on his first bivouac. Night, Clara.
Good night, Ed. Sweet dreams.
Good night, Clara. I do hope you'll be comfortable.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'm so tired I can sleep on a clothesline.
Well, if you need anything, just call her.
I will. Oh.
Clara! Remember that perfectly absurd nightcap that Aunt Jessie knitted one Christmas?
This is no time for games, Alice.
Well, finally Ed can use it.
For what, a sleeping bag? Good, he swallowed it.
It is your own friend. He admired the International. May I come into your room? Ah, thank you. I see we are alone, just we two, and that is the way it should be. But first, may I tell you how beautiful you are tonight? More beautiful, if possible, than last night. Your eyes, your lips, but later, ma chérie, later. Now tell me, is the champagne I sent you properly chilled?
Of course.
Is the caviar ready? Tonight, everything must be perfect for our rendezvous. But first, a word from my sponsor, Goober's Giant Liver Pills. Goober's Giant Liver Pills. They are squishy, they are crunchy.
Oh! Hey, Clara, I'm sorry I got you sleeping here.
I'm staying here. Who's sleeping? You and Helen kiss and make up?
I apologize like you told me to. It's just, I've never seen her act so uncontrolled before.
Well, maybe she's finally read the handwriting on the wall. About you wanting to look the field over, I mean. You still want to, don't you?
Oh, of course I do. I'm not ready to settle down, commit myself.
Yes, I've always heard about the grass looking greener.
And at the same time, it's not like I want to hurt Helen. I mean, she's a swell girl. In a simple sort of way. It's just, maybe I'd be lucky enough to actually find my ideal.
Well, maybe after a couple of days, she'll seem even sweller, and not so simple. Where are you going?
To the refrigerator. I'm hungry again. Want to join me?
No, thanks. I'm on a diet.
All right.
Well, here it is. Gosh, I guess they've all gone to bed.
I guess I just disrupted everything arriving a day early and all.
But it's a pleasure to be disrupted by you. Anytime. Golly, who wouldn't?
You're very sweet and also very flattering. But considering they've already retired, I might as well try the hotel.
But the hotel's a mess, and these people would just die if you didn't stay with them. Golly, who wouldn't?
Well, I guess considering it's his store I'm appearing at tomorrow. Okay, Tim, better let them know I've ventured hence ahead of time.
Gosh, Miss Marshall, I wish you could just venture hence forever. Yoo-hoo, Mrs. Robinson, you've got a surprise. Yoo-hoo!
Timothy, why don't you tell me who these Robinson people are?
Oh, they're very nice. Real typical. Why, they've even got an old maid aunt.
I just love typical families. As I've said on my television program, family is the backbone of America.
Gee, Miss Marshall, was it you who said that?
Well, of course. But I've just said so many things. As the critics say, how can so many pearls come from one person? Such a charming little abode here.
Looks real average to me.
But if you only knew how I miss the average life, how I'm so tired of the sheer hurly-burly, the sheer insanity of my perfect existence.
Insanity?
Well, yes. Don't you know that half the people that surround me are mad? Absolutely mad. Really makes a girl think. I mean, if it's a girl that thinks. A girl like I.
Well, there's nobody mad around here. Why, the Robinsons are so sane. My mother says they're kind of dull.
Bless their hearts. Bless their simple little hearts. Tim, was that you who called?
Look, Mrs. Robinson, she's here. Monica Marshall.
Tim, she couldn't be. She mustn't.
But she is. I mean, welcome. Yes, welcome. Oh, you're too hospitable. Really.
What's going on? You. It is you.
Oh, no.
It's Monica Marshall. It's me.
Yeah, I suppose it is me, but who is me?
Well, I'm Donuts.
He did say donuts.
Say, who's that yodeling in there? Oh, good grief.
Darling, it's Miss Marshall. Isn't it wonderful? Now may I introduce my lovely little family. I'm Mrs. Robinson, and this is my husband, Ed. This is our son, Kenneth, and Tim Hayden, who you've already met. And this is... Oh, who are you?
I'm Jean, Mother, remember?
Jeepers, Monica Marshall. Sane? Well, there's nutty as a super. Anyways, I do hope you can forgive my premature advent. I hope I haven't discommoded you lambs too much.
Well, who's discommoded?
No, think nothing of it. I'm sure we'll be getting up soon anyways, but, where's your entourage?
Yes. Well, for many different reasons, I've sent them home for the next couple weeks. Yes, I just want to get to know my public. I want to get to know all of you.
Isn't she wonderful? She is so democratic. No, okay.
Thank you, Kenneth, but I never discuss politics.
But, Miss Marshall, if you were on television in New York tonight,
Oh.
how'd you get here so fast?
That was on film, Lammy. All my television programs are on film while I tour this vast country of ours, from one side of the rocky boundary to, well, the other side of the other rocky boundary. I do hope I haven't bothered you arriving a day early and everything. I just was so anticipatory concerning this lovely little town of
Fernwood. It is Fernwood, isn't it?
Well, it isn't Kansas City, Alice.
Well, I never would have guessed you would have retired so early, but to be honest, I am a trifle exhausted, you know, traveling around in a limousine all day. So, can I sit down, just for a
Oh,
moment.
by all means.
Oh my God!
Don't mind this old cheap lammy. Just call me if you see any wolves. Oh, God.
What is that?
Well, we hope you enjoyed Act 1 of Her Majesty Miss Jones. It is now time for a mandatory 10-minute intermission.
If you'd follow us to the student union, the drama club has been so kind to provide cocoa and cookies for your purchase.
Please follow us.
Thank you.
Well, we hope you enjoyed intermission. It is now time for Act 2 of Her Majesty Miss Jones.
Just another simple reminder, please turn off all pagers, cell phones, but most importantly, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you.
No, that was Ken's door. No, Ed, she has to come out of the bathroom eventually.
Maybe no one told you that the dance was tonight, not a week from tonight.
Still think I should go have a choking fit outside her door.
Wait, Ed, that would look as though we were waiting for her to come out.
Strangely enough, I thought we were.
The opening of your store went so well tonight. Everyone just raved about it. So shiny, so modern. Miss Marshall is so gracious to everyone. Oh, Ed, don't pretend. I saw you looking at her most approvingly. Yes, I did. But I refuse to be jealous.
Oh, good, Alice, because secretly I'm in love with her, and, I wouldn't want you to carry on about it or anything.
I suppose stranger things have happened. Yes, even at your age.
No, that was Jean's door.
How can you tell?
The house shook.
I just love the way Miss Marshall talks. So quaint.
Quaint? Can't tell if her speech is early Elizabethan or old Bowery. Besides, there's not a thing that she said that her writers didn't put in her head.
No, Ed, really. We should really consider adding another bathroom in case we ever need to take in roomers.
Rumors? Alice, I have no intention of taking in rumors.
That's what Mr. Glover said also. Then he passed away and Mrs. Glover had to take in roomers. And washing, too. No, Ed, remember, we're inviting Mr. Higby over after the dance tonight.
Since you seem to be disposing of Ed, I wonder if you're working on Mr. Higby for me or for yourself.
For you, Clara, and only because you have no initiative. Suppose he thought you had hundreds of dates.
No, Alice. When I tell a lie, everybody knows it. Maybe I should go into politics.
Well, tonight I suggest that you be frivolous and gay. Flit around like a regular belle of the ball.
Huh. Frivolous and gay. Me.
I wish you would stop underestimating yourself, Clara.
Well, I suppose I did play Mata Hari in the school pageant.
Would you two quit playing Cupid for 2 seconds? Just figure a way to get her out of there?
Do you think if I went up there and sang? I've been emptying rooms that way for years.
Hey, Mom, have you seen my tux?
Well, yes, dear, it should be in your closet. I'll go check.
No, it's all right. I'll go look for it.
Oh, it's no bother if it's still there.
It's still there.
Well, yes, I just remembered I turned over the attic to the drama guild. They needed costumes.
Mom, I'm supposed to go to the dance with Miss Marshall tonight. I can't go looking like this.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's still there, darling. After all, the Mikado really isn't that kind of play.
Aren't you getting ready for the dance?
Well, that was our intention, but there seems to be an obstruction in the bathtub.
An obstruction? How can you say that about the most wonderful woman in the world? And think, in our bathtub.
Oh. She's mistaken it for a bed.
She's a celebrity, yet she acts so normal. I keep getting flashbacks of her. Back at the supermarket, standing behind that counter, passing out frozen shrimp as if it were diamonds.
Stop exaggerating.
He's not exaggerating, Ed. He's just remembering big.
Stay up there 9 hours, you're going to earn your pilot's license.
Hey, Dad, how'd you get the courage to propose to Mom?
Well, son, there wasn't much courage about it. I mean, obviously she wanted to marry me. And because I was such an obliging chap, it
Dad,
just...
come on. Seriously, what were the circumstances?
Well, son, it was much a night like this. I was taking her to the dance. Naturally, all the women wanted to dance with me. And after I took your mother home, she made sure no one else would have me. She kind of hinted around at it until I just, popped the question.
Now who's exaggerating?
Oh, something like that. Wait, why are you talking about marriage? You're not thinking of...
Oh, no, gosh, no, I wouldn't have a chance with her. But I sure can dream, can't I?
As long as you can find yourself to dreaming.
If I actually did have the chance, I'd know exactly how she wanted to be proposed to. She'd want the man to stand on bended knee and hold on and not let go until he made her say yes.
Or until he died of a crick. The only thing he'd have to say to me is, how about it?
Son, where did you get that useless information?
On her TV program, she said every woman was a queen, waiting for her Sir Walter Raleigh to spread his cloak before her.
Sir Walter Raleigh, huh?
She says something like that, she might want to change her scriptwriters.
She doesn't have any.
And she might want to change her psychiatrist. It sounds ridiculous what you're doing with Monica Marshall. You're 18. For heaven's sakes, you're a PFC. You don't have time to be fluttering around with Miss Frozen Fish.
Shit, every guy can't mooning over her. She even made old Rockhead smile.
Why don't you moon over Helen the way you used to? Heaven knows that was sickening enough.
I told you, Dad, my taste is different now.
Well, you keep on waiting around, someone's going to come up and grab her.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Well, well, well.
Look at my little sister, all grown up.
Well, Father and Clara, do you approve?
God, I can't get over it. It's Jean. Wait, young lady, I thought I said you couldn't get a new dress.
Leave her alone, Ed. It was my early Christmas present. You know how bad I am on remembering days and years and...
I can't thank you enough, Aunt Clara. Thank heaven someone around here realizes I can't go around in rompers forever. Monica, she told me to call her Monica, has been assisting me with my ensemble. We've been in the bathroom for hours.
Oh, so it's you that's been up there?
Oh, now, Daddy. She got as soon as she finishes her bath.
I wonder just how big that kitchen sink is.
Monica says it's better to be late for a dance. That way we make an entrance.
Yeah, well, at this rate, we're going to make an entrance with the milkman.
My first dance in years, and I'll be entering when they're playing. Good night, ladies. Well, if we're having Higby here afterwards, I should start making sandwiches. Your mother wants to help me with them. All the help in the world, and I couldn't get that man to walk down the center aisle of the theater.
It's gotten so every time I hear a knock, I know it's trouble. Oh, it's just you. Come on in.
Hi, everybody. Well, how do you like it?
Timothy, your first formal. Stupendous.
Yes, it even fits. Wow, look at you.
Just a simple little frock I picked up this afternoon.
Say, what's that, a new type corsage?
Yep, borrowed it from the Chronicle. Looks real official, don't you think?
Sure does.
Say, Beau Brummel, by chance, your bathroom isn't open, is it?
Yes. Sure, Mr. Robinson. My relatives already left for the dance. And my mother and father are waiting in the car for Jean and me.
Okay, well, I'm just going to help myself. I'm sure your parents won't mind.
I just can't believe it. You look like a girl.
Me, all right. Your old buddy.
Which reminds me, we need to talk about some important business.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
And we can't talk in the car.
Oh, Ken doesn't mind.
Wait,
now,
what?
does he?
No, I-
Got a few things I'd like to discuss with my escort.
All right, I see how it is. I should be hanging out with you two adults anyways. I'll see you at the dance, Romeo, Juliet.
Brothers. Too infantile.
So, tell me, any scoop so far?
Nope, and I've been on her side all day.
Then surely you must have found something.
Well, I took her breakfast this morning. She wears pajamas to bed, sugar in her coffee, 3-minute eggs. As you know, she doesn't use La Rue Beauty Clay. She says it's just mud perfume.
But none of those things would make the New York Times. And she's leaving tomorrow. Something's gotta happen, and fast.
Don't worry, Tim. Now that I'm in her confidence, she'll be sure to reveal something devastating. Maybe even about her romantic life. She must have millions of men in love with her.
But it's the one that she's in love with that really matters. If we could just find out who he is, that would be a scoop.
I know. Maybe she talks in her sleep.
Jean, are you suggesting...
Oh, no, we wouldn't have to hide under the bed. There's a porch roof right outside her window.
No, we might slip. Or get pneumonia. Say, if she's really mad about someone, she'll keep a picture of him. You know how women are. If we could get that picture, that would be a scoop.
That would also be stealing.
It'd be borrowing. I could take it down to the printing office, photograph it, and get it back before she even knew it was missing.
Well, I guess that could work. All right, Tim. She has a picture. I'll get it.
Gee, you're real swell for a girl.
Gosh, what a pretty dress can do.
Why, Tim, how handsome you look.
You think so too, Mrs. Robinson?
Just look at the two of you. Wearing evening clothes when it was only yesterday you were wearing, well, what all babies wear. And here's pictures of Jean and Ken when they were younger. Here's Jean in the bird bath on the front lawn.
Mother, put that book away.
And here's Kenneth in his Indian suit. I'm suddenly feeling very old and quite tired.
My mother took one look at me and did the same thing. You'd think it was my first haircut. You know, not many people realize that it's almost time for me to make the great decision.
What decision?
The decision every man must make. What's it gonna be? The Army or the Navy?
Yes? It's Helen, Mrs. Robinson.
You mean it's Halloween?
Oh, Helen, dear, what have you done to yourself? I'm revealing my true personality. I decided I'm a peacock, not a wren at all. Well, what do you think? We'll talk later, dear.
Oh, that's for us. Come along, Jean.
I'll see you at the dance, Mother. Helen. Oh, Timothy, I do hope there are lots of waltzes tonight. I'm sure in a waltzing mood.
Oh, I just can't believe it. My little girl. Now, Helen, I don't want to seem too personal, but you seem to have gone to extremes. Being a sweet child like yourself. I don't seem to be getting anywhere being a sweet child. Besides, I wouldn't even go tonight if I hadn't promised you and Mr. Robinson. I think I see, dear. About Ken, he's only going through a phase. I have absolutely no interest in Ken. Besides, all he did at the opening today was follow that woman around like a shadow. Well, Miss Marshall is very pleasant and attractive. But what possible interest could she have in Kenneth? I mean, she's a woman of the world. The trouble is, he thinks he's a man of the world. Besides, she said on her program today that we're all women of the world, only some of us don't know it yet. Well, now I know it. Ken thinks I'm practically a country bumpkin. I'll show him. I'm also going to show him that there's other men in this town. Make him jealous. That's what she advises. Oh, darling, that only works in books and plays. Now, fix yourself up before Kenneth hears and sees you this
Hey, Mom, I seem to have gained a few pounds. Those tux pants don't even... My God. Helen, where's the masquerade?
Good evening, Kenneth.
Is she still playing Sleeping Beauty in the bath? Oh, God. Helen, aren't you afraid you'll catch a cold? Oh, which reminds me, we need to turn the water heater back on. We must be getting low by now.
I'll take care of it, dear. It has been acting beautifully today.
Except when you took your bath and I got the Lone Ranger.
I must say, everyone's reaction to my dress is definitely rural. It happens to be a copy of one of Miss Marshall's gowns.
Yeah, except on her, it looks good.
Oh.
So, what's gotten into you anyways, Helen?
I'm merely practicing what Miss Marshall preaches. And I've been thinking about what you said last night.
You twisted everything I said last night.
Anyway, I agree with you. About this town, I mean. And that's why I've been thinking about taking up residence in Glendale.
Glendale? What's so hot about Glendale?
Oh, there's much more culture. They have local traveling shows and symphonies. And there's a naval training station right there on the lake.
Say, you wouldn't perhaps be more interested in the naval base than you would the culture now, would you?
Oh, heavens, no. Although I do prefer the naval uniform to that of other branches of the services.
Those stupid hats and those dumb bell-bottom trousers?
The naval training station there is only for officers.
Oh, officers, huh? Well, maybe you'll meet one, just like Rockhead. Heck, maybe you'll even marry him.
Marry? Oh, I don't believe I shall marry for years. It's so common.
Finally got my bath. Ooh. Why, Helen, don't you look snappy? Yeah, really sophisticated.
Thanks, Mr. Robinson.
Hey, don't forget, you said I could take you to the dance tonight.
Of course, Mr. Robinson. There's something about the company of an older man.
Darn tooting there is.
Yes, I expect that's why I get along so well with that utterly delightful Mr. Considine.
Mr. Considine? Who's he?
Oh, he's a new guy at the library. Quite the war hero. He came here from New York. Yes, life would indeed be dull if it weren't for my little chats with Mr. Considine.
Is this war hero going to be attending the dance tonight?
Oh, I don't think so. Much too provincial for him. Unless, of course, he knows I'm going.
I may have to size his character up. It's not that I'm jealous or anything. It's just I don't want you getting mixed up with the wrong guy.
He's not a scoundrel. He's a charming, mature gentleman.
And how old is this mature gentleman?
I've never inquired. I do wish your father would hurry. I've promised him the first few dances.
Yeah, guys are going to be blowing their brains out. So will Mr. Considine, if he has any brains.
Would you kindly leave Mr. Considine out of your insipid remarks?
Oh, what's the matter? He can't stick up for himself?
If he were here, Ken Robinson, you wouldn't dare say those things.
Are you two quarreling again? That is a good sign. How are the signs from the bathroom?
She's still up there, Aunt Clara.
Oh, well, I suppose I don't mind missing a couple of dances at my age. As long as I'm there for them anyway.
Of course, at her age, Miss Marshall probably has to use all sorts of creams before ever facing her public.
I'd like if you kept Miss Marshall out of your nasty little remarks.
What's the matter? Can't she stand up for herself?
Saying all those horrible things about the most wonderful woman in the world.
You made ridiculous remarks about Mr. Considine.
You mean the old gentleman janitor at the library?
Old man? Janitor? Oh my God, this is too good.
And he's very active for a Spanish-American War veteran.
What's the use? I better just be playing me after all.
Well, she's still alive. I heard her singing. So, Helen, aren't you the lucky girl letting me take you to the dance tonight? Hey, Clara.
Yeah?
I'm sure Higby won't mind taking Alice.
Run along, Ed. Alice will understand.
See you later, Miss Jones.
Bye, Helen. Have fun anyway.
Why, Helen, you look much better than you did before for some reason. It's really weird.
What do you think's gotten into her, Aunt Clara? She's acting so nutty.
She's only nutty about you. Now go get ready for the dance. I'm sure Miss Marshall's out by now.
She sure does take a long time. But the results are worth it.
Frivolous and gay. So sorry, Mr. Higby. This mazurka was promised. Oh, yes, to Mayor Wallace, who's been after me all evening. Can't you hear Mrs. Wallace gritting her teeth? Oh, I must. You can't fight City Hall alone, you know. Oh, you're just so silly, Mr. Higby. I know you're madly in love with me, but you can't carry on like that. You'll spoil the party.
What are you doing?
I was just rehearsing. You look breathtaking.
I know. Thank you, though. This little old thing, it's just meant for a simple evening in the spring. What are you planning on dazzling them in this evening, Miss Jones?
Oh, you know, the same old thing I dazzle them in winter, summer, and fall.
I do hope I haven't detained any of you.
Oh, no. Mr. Higby's escorting me, and Ken is taking you.
I do like Ken. He was so cute today. Did you see him? He's just my very favorite little lamb.
I'm so glad you like him. Of course, he is very young.
He's in the army.
They're taking him young nowadays.
In fact, I'm just devoted to this whole family. And I do believe that the family is the backbone of America. Don't you, Miss Jones?
Yes, but about Ken,
You know, when I tarry a new place like this, I feel so feudal. And when I see Mr. and Mrs. Robinson together, it makes me feel like I need a man by my side. You know what I mean?
Actually, I do. I'm a bachelor girl myself.
You don't say.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the silly old lambs around here don't realize they golden goose when they see one.
I heard you were understanding.
As I've said on my program, us women can't win the battle of the sexes until we men really realize that by birthright, we're actually queens.
Like Queen Elizabeth in Sir Walter's cloak.
Sir Walter's what?
His cloak? You said it on your television show, his cloak.
Oh, of course I did. Well, I'm sure he gave her many other presents besides. Why shouldn't he have? I mean, she was a woman, wasn't she?
I'd assume so.
You know, perhaps you wouldn't be such a bachelor girl yourself if you really convinced yourself you were Her Majesty, Miss Jones.
Her Majesty, me.
Don't be modest, Miss Jones. Modesty never got a girl anywhere. Trust me. I found that one out the hard way. Anyways, a girl must blow her own oboe.
I can certainly see why men hate your your show's so popular with women.
I'll do anything to equalize the sexes.
Good for you. But there was something rather serious I wanted to discuss with you.
Okay.
It's about Ken.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a crush on you.
Oh, no. He's got a crush on me. Why would anyone have a crush on me?
I could think of a couple reasons.
So can I.
Well, anyway, Ken and Helen.
You know, I had a crush once. It was on my ancient history teacher. I wanted him to leave his nasty old wife and take me to the Greek islands.
He made them sound so mysterious. But he wouldn't.
How inconsiderate.
It was rude.
Anyway, Ken and Helen have been sweethearts for years, and we sort of expect that they'll marry, when they're ready, of course. But right now we're so smitten with you, he's not being very nice to her. You understand?
Yes, I assume that you're inferring that I'm the complication, Miss Jones. Don't you worry, I'll take care of everything. You know, I've always wanted to play Camille. You know the character?
Yes.
Almost as much as the three sisters. Well, not all of them, of course.
Not all at once, anyway.
Maybe I'll handle a situation like Camille. Yeah, you know, she was a very dramatic girl, Miss Jones. When his father comes to her and begs her to give up the man that she loves, she nobly agrees. So she disillusions the poor man, and he dies.
Oh. Actually, I was thinking something along the lines of, you know, telling him you didn't like him.
Oh, okay. I'll handle this, Miss Jones.
Okay.
I'll have him running back to Helen's side, never to leave her again.
Good.
You know, I just love playing Cupid.
You should. You were very good at it.
Thank you. It's so useful. You know? I just wish I could do something about you, Miss Jones.
Oh.
Too bad.
All right. Any suggestions at all?
Perhaps take the bull by the horns. Try to find out his hobbies or something.
I will, just as soon as I get that bull alone.
That's a spirit, Miss Jones.
Gosh, Miss Marshall, you're a vision.
Thank you, Kenneth. You're looking quite nice yourself.
Thank you. I've got something for you in the refrigerator. Don't you go anywhere.
Thank you for being so understanding.
You're welcome, Miss Jones.
Here, for you.
Oh, how sweet. It's a corsage. And violets. How truly unusual.
Unusual? I didn't know.
Yeah, they usually send me orchids. Just a blanket of orchids. But I'm just so tired of the simple orchids. Aren't you, Miss Jones?
Oh, sure. They're just so unimaginative, so crass.
Obviously, you have the soul of a poet, Kenneth. And look, there's nothing even here.
Wait, should there be?
Usually there's just a silly little trinket tucked among the blossoms. You know, just a bauble.
Sure, some rubies or emeralds or some old used diamonds.
Gosh, I didn't know that either.
Well, I'm just so glad you dispense with such vulgarity, Kenneth.
You are? That's good.
And for your reward, you may pin on the posies yourself. I'll just hold them, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, aren't you coming, Aunt Clara?
Oh, no, your mother and I are going with my white knight. I just hope we can both sit on his horse.
It's weird.
What? What does that mean?
I don't know.
What's that? It resembles an automobile, I think.
That would be my jalopy. Your limousine's a parking hazard, so figure we take that instead.
What is it?
Oh, that baby's a 1949 Plymouth. It's got Cadillac hubcaps.
Well, I guess Cinderella did go to the ball in a pomegranate. Or whatever. Let's go. I don't know how you think of the things you do, Kenneth.
Neither do I.
You're cute. Well, Claire, everything's ready for our little supper. Don't tell me.
Bathroom's free.
Finally.
Oh, that must be Mr. Higby. Horse indeed. He's brought his tricycle.
Sudsy was, makes your back so gay. So gay. Oh, what fun Sudsy was to wash up the
Gosh, what a perfect evening.
Yes, it was. But you must hate me for turning you away like that. But that is the ghastliness of my existence.
It is awfully gassy. I mean, you did just get here, and away you go.
Sometimes I ask myself, is it worth it? You know, since I've embarked on this Goodwill tour. Being what the taxes are and everything, it's kind of ridiculous. But I do love fraternizing with my public. And I do love being in this small town of, Fernwood.
Well, I knew you'd find it small townish.
Well, as I've said on my program, what's a small town but a midget-sized city?
Well, you think it's a great place to visit, but you'd never want to live here.
Why not? I'd love to live here. I just want to settle down with one group of people. Or should I say one person?
Wow, that almost sounds as if you're talking about marriage.
What girl doesn't want to get married? It's a very important part of your life, Hannah.
But would you marry just anybody? Just some regular guy?
I wouldn't want to marry anyone that was irregular.
Would you consider it now, like right now?
As I've said too numerously on my program, ladies, when the right guy comes along, grab him and never let him go.
Gosh, Miss Marshall, Monica, I know I'm not worthy of such a wonderful woman, but would you, could you?
Kenneth, what are you doing?
I'm proposing.
Proposing what?
Marriage, of course.
It looks like you're proposing a game of jacks. Get up.
No, you told me I have to stay here.
I said what?
On your TV program, you said the man must stay on bended knee and not give up until he makes you say yes.
I don't remember saying any such thing. Kenneth, will you please get up? This is ridiculous. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Monica, I've never been more serious in my life. Be mine.
Kenneth, I don't know, like... Oh, Kenneth, look. It's your sister. And Tim. And your sister.
Oh.
Ken, what are you doing?
Oh, I just dropped my cap.
He dropped his
So I'm
cap.
just searching in this general region
Yeah,
down
we're
here.
looking for it.
Trying to find the cap.
Right now, it's on the
Yeah,
ground.
I lost it.
His
So.
cap. Here's his cap.
Kenneth, you can get up now.
Why'd you want it? Going someplace?
I just couldn't find it. It's my very special cap. Very special, you see?
Yeah, we see. I mean, we saw.
Miss Marshall, you're leaving here tomorrow, and, well, I was wondering, haven't you got anything to say to the press?
To the... Ah, of course, to the press. Just that since I've embarked on this Goodwill tour and traveled one side of the Rocky boundary to the other side of the Rocky boundary.
That's all you have to say?
Isn't that enough? It always has been.
Well, I mean, no scoops?
Scoops? Oh, you mean something different? No, sorry, Timothy. I'm just a simple nomad. Here one day, gone the next. My life really is prosaic, if you could call it living.
Well, the night is young, isn't it, Jean?
Off to a flying start.
Well, so long, folks. I'll see you in the morning. Guess you better use the porch roof window after all.
Use the porch roof?
It's the newspaper expression. Means scoops are made at night. Well, better be off to bed. You really were beautiful tonight, Monica.
Thanks, Lammy. You're looking quite lovely yourself.
Yes, I was. You didn't call me Buddy once.
Kenneth, I think it's time I should retire for tonight.
No, you can't. I haven't finished proposing yet. I'm going to take you away from your gypsy life. I'm going to give you everything you need. You're going to be able to live right here in Fernwood.
Kenneth, I might as well tell you. I already have a man. I'm meeting him tomorrow in Kingston.
Well, is he serious?
Utterly.
Who cares? I'm here now.
Oh my
And just
gosh.
like you said, never give up.
I'm gonna kill those script writers.
But you don't have any.
Yes, I do. I have 6 of them. I'm getting 6 new ones, sure. I lied. Are you disillusioned now?
No. Why should I be? Can't let them come between us. I want you to marry me, Monica. I'll give you everything you want.
You'll give me everything I want, then. Well, you see, I would want to give up my career if we were to get married.
Yeah, I'd have it no other way. With you by my side will make all the money you need. And I'm going to be out of the army soon. I'm going to open up a supermarket just like my dad. And then another one, and another one. Before you know it, I'll have a whole chain of supermarkets.
I do love ambition. But just because I'd be giving up my job doesn't mean I would be wanting to give up the way I live. See this little frock here? Can you guess how much this was, Ken?
Who cares? I'll buy you hundreds.
We're going to be getting along just fine. This is one of my more reasonable numbers. It was only $350.
What? I mean, come on. Is that all? No.
And you smell this perfume.
Wow, it's wonderful.
It should be $50 a dram. Yeah, we'll only need half a staff of servants. A maid, personal housekeeper, a cook.
Are we going to be running a hotel?
No, I've just never done any housework, and I wouldn't know how.
Gosh. My mom usually does all our housework, except on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I think we'll need a secretary, will I?
No, what would you need one of those for?
Yes, I'll sell my townhouse, but I will need a small apartment, of course.
Yeah, sure, just a small one. Yeah.
Just a small one. You know, 8 rooms,
8?
a terrace, of course. If you agree to all these little whims, Kenneth, I'll be happy to marry you. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Yeah, how could we not?
Well, should we get a drink to our engagement?
I suppose so. My mom usually keeps some iced tea in the fridge.
Iced tea. I'm too whimsical. All right, let's go. You're so cute. Just don't know how you think of the things you do, Kenneth.
Yeah, neither do I.
Jeepers.
God, this family is more eccentric every day.
No, it just seems that way because everyone else is so normal.
Do sit down, Mr. Higby. They're on the sofa alongside our Clara. And Ed, don't you complain about a thing. It's been a perfect day and a lovely evening.
I enjoyed myself just fine. Oh yeah, except for one thing. Your son's behavior. Staring calf eyes at Monica Marshall all evening.
Our son had calf eyes all evening.
Although, you know, she really isn't that bad, despite the strange way she talks. You know, she actually makes a lot of common sense.
Yes, you did have 3 dances with her.
Why not? She's a wonderful dancer. And I always did admit she was mighty attractive.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yes, Alice, but not as attractive as you are. Always were the prettiest woman in town.
My compliments. You must have a guilty conscience.
I knew Ed's opinion of Miss Marshall would change when I heard her asking him how someone so young could be so successful. But don't worry, Alice, she's leaving tomorrow night. Oh, and I talked to her about Ken's situation, and she's going to handle it in her own way.
Her own way? What do you mean she's gonna freeze him? Right?
That was kind of you, Claire. Poor boy, I hope she isn't too harsh. Of course, it is sulfur and molasses season, and Ken is in his teens. Well, of course, at any age, there's nothing like romance, is there, Mr. Hickey?
Isn't there?
Especially going through life with someone, walking side by side with them, someone who cares, someone who's there to greet you when you come home.
I had a dog once. He used to welcome me when I came home. I can see him now, unselfishly dropping at my feet a giant bone.
Anyone you knew?
What a coincidence! Clara just loves dogs. And I couldn't help but notice how wonderful you two look dancing together.
Did we? But there weren't any tangos. I'm always disappointed when there aren't any tangos.
Tango? I didn't even know anyone still did it. My favorite dance.
And I couldn't help but notice that you were forever whispering into our Clara's ear.
Oh, he was. About the high cost of plumbing repairs.
Well, it's a terrible place for a man to live.
Alice, he owns the hotel, remember?
Just the same, Miss Marshall says that a man isn't complete until he's married.
Yeah, that's when you know you're really finished. God, you suck.
And don't joke around. You know you wouldn't swap places any day. You'll soon come to learn how wonderful the family life is, Mr. Higby. Ed. Oh, Ed. Would you like to go look at the moon?
Alice, I've seen the moon.
Ed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go look at the blasted thing.
Well, we'll be out in the beautiful moonlight if you two need anything.
This reminds me of the high school hair ride days.
Your sister is very vivacious, isn't she?
Yes, I know. She never gives up. I mean, she's always on the go.
I prefer women who are more subdued.
That figures. What?
You're very relaxing, Miss Jones. In fact, you're not like other women.
Oh, well, Miss Marshall says that all us women are queens and that you land should treat us accordingly.
Oh, I agree. I think women should be revered. Like my mother always said, poor father. But you in particular, Miss Jones, I've been noticing that when I'm with you, I don't have to make conversation. I can be quiet for long spells.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
My, have you? You're looking rather queenly tonight, Miss Jones, now that you mention it.
I don't think I heard you correctly.
It's just as well. I fear I was being forward.
No, go right ahead.
It's high time I told you how much I enjoy our little visits. Just sitting with you and thinking.
Yes, it has been fun, hasn't it?
It's getting a bit warm in here, don't you think?
Warmer than it's been in years.
You did say that you enjoyed the tango,
Oh.
that you were rather expert at it.
Well, I don't want to brag, but...
Well, there is something I'd like to ask you. Mother always told me never to be impetuous.
No,
but
why don't you ask it? I could just give you my answer.
Geez, what are you doing with your old furs? Take your old muskrat, your old beaver, and come on down to Daddy Danny's, where even rabbit becomes a sable.
This thing's not fixed by tomorrow. I'm suing for breach of promise.
No, Ed, really, this time it's gone too far. You see, it's the new hot water heater. When it turns on, the set goes off, and then when it turns off again, well, you know, vice versa.
that strikes me as being rather unusual.
Yes, I dare say it's the only one in town. And it had to be in your living room.
Well, it's about time for refreshments anyway. I baked a cake this afternoon, Mr. Higby. Of course, Clara's a much better cook.
Oh, no cake for me. Do you have a soda mint? It might quiet my nerves.
Sure, I'll get you one right away. Miss Marshall, I had no idea you were still here.
Yeah, Ken and I stole away. We had something to talk about.
Oh, Clara told me that you were going to talk to him about his infatuation, and did you?
Yes, I handled it. You're gonna be so surprised. Here comes my lamb now. Yes, you are gonna be so surprised. Especially you. Daddy. Daddy?
Wait, me?
Well, of course you handsome thing, you. Who else? I mean, I know I'm being quite premature, but I will be calling you Daddy.
Of course, I'm in the way.
No, it's not like... Kenneth, why don't you tell these lovely people about our news?
No, it's really okay. You can tell them.
Okay. Well, Kenneth and I, we're betrothed.
You mean you're engaged?
Kenneth Robinson, is this true?
Well, I did ask Miss Marshall to marry me, and she did say yes.
Boy, I'm gonna take you across my knee, and I'm
I'll
gonna
be going now.
So this is how you fixed everything.
Hey!
Kenneth, go to your room at once. We need to talk.
See, it's way past my bedtime.
There's no way to talk to an engaged man, Father!
I'm just...
Hey!
delightful visit.
You stay out of this.
Isn't it time we had refreshments to celebrate?
Celebrate? Who's celebrating?
I am.
Well, yes. But I couldn't hold a knife, so Kenneth, would you mind cutting the cake?
Yeah, sure thing, Mom.
And the coffee. Here.
I'll come help you, Kenneth. I do have to get used to only having half the staff of servants.
Half of what? Of what? Will someone please tell me what's going on around here?
Don't worry, Mrs. Robinson. I have no intentions on marrying your son.
Well, thank heavens, you have no idea how you frightened me. Ed, she has no intention on marrying Kenneth.
Well, then why is she engaged to him?
She's probably engaged to everybody. Wish I knew how she did it.
Father, you heard the news? Kenneth proposed to Monica, and she accepted, and he's gonna buy her apartment in New York and perfume.
Jean, if you say a word of this to anyone, young lady, I'm gonna take you across my
The
knee.
whole family seems a trifle vivacious.
Yes, what is it?
Beg pardon, I was told Miss Monica Marshall was here.
Sure is. Come on in. It's just what we need is a stranger.
I'm Captain Roberts. I was told at the hotel that she was here. You know, well, since your lights are still on.
Oh, well, that's fine. Miss Marshall's just in the kitchen.
The kitchen? Monica? I'm, shall we say, an old friend of Miss Marshall. I was to meet her in Kingston tomorrow, but I got away earlier than expected, and I decided to join her tonight.
Oh, Captain Roberts, you can't possibly join her. Not now.
Why? Something happened to her?
Jean, don't you dare say a word.
What's happened to Monica?
Nothing, except she's engaged to my brother.
But, no, that can't be. I demand to see her at once.
Well, coffee will be ready in just...
Monica, what is the meaning of this?
Bob.
Where is the man you're engaged to?
You mean him? P.F.C. Robinson, what is the meaning of this?
Rocket!
Spindle. Good morning.
Jean, well, I thought you looked kind of shrunk. Been banging on the back door, figuring no one was up. Hear you've been having trouble with your water heater?
Oh, well, Miss Spindle, you know where the kitchen is. I'm in an awful rush.
Should know where it is. All the times that I've been here on emergencies.
Oh, Miss Spindle, the kitchen's that way.
Oh, yes. Now I remember.
Oh, no.
Morning, Mr. Robinson. Have a quarrel with your wife?
It's Clara Jones, Miss Spindle. Hello.
Clara Jones. Well, I do declare, don't you just pop up in the darndest places.
You're a girl who gets around herself.
Reckon I do. It's this business of mine. Thing is, hate machines, love people. Too honoring. Now, where did I put my tool?
Oh, it's here.
Why, thank you.
Not that it's any of my business, but why don't you wear glasses?
I lose my glasses more often than I lose my truck. And besides, my Herbert says they're not becoming.
Your Herbert wears glasses.
He does? Well, I declare.
Good morning, Clara. My, what a glorious day. Sleep well, Your Majesty?
I slept all right. I'm just happy that the hotel's fixed so I can get back.
I am too, for your sake, of course. How odd. No paper. Well, at least I'll be able to see Ed's face at breakfast for once.
Well, has he finally recovered from last night?
Well, he was humming while he shaved this morning, encouraging sign. Even Captain Robertson and Miss Marshall were pleasant about the silly mix-up after a while.
Well, even Vesuvius took a little while to simmer down, right?
Yes, but I didn't think that she had to go so far as to kiss Ed goodbye. She didn't kiss anyone else.
That's because no one else stuck out their chin and puckered up.
What on earth?
Miss Spindle's fixing your water heater.
Well, good. That's what I wanted. Now I don't have to get someone to fix it.
Alice, do you think you might have any tango music among your old records?
Why should you be surprised if I do? Tango. I know. You're looking to interest Mr. Higby.
Strangely enough, I think he's already interested. He was certainly leading up to something last night when your television went off.
I knew if we had him here, there'd be progress. Why, we'll have to have him over for dinner again sometime soon. Perhaps tonight.
Sure, we don't want to rush anything.
This time we'll show him what a quiet, peaceful, loving family can mean to a man.
Okay.
After all, last night couldn't possibly happen again.
Good morning there, Mrs. Robinson. Delivery.
Why, thank you. Oh, Claire, I just love surprises. And they're for me.
Alice, you've been holding out on me.
Oh, this is dreadful.
What does it say?
They're from Ed.
You told me he never sends flowers.
He doesn't, Clara. And why should Ed Robinson send flowers unless he'd done something else? I'll bet he sent these flowers because he kissed that Miss Marshall goodbye last night. He must have enjoyed it more than we all thought he did.
Alice, it's 9 in the morning. He must have ordered them last night, long before he puckered up.
Never thought of it that way. Well, then that wretch must have been planning to pucker up all day.
I'm sure it's merely proof that Monica Marsh's propaganda works. He sent them as a token of appreciation, finally.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Why, Clara, the lamb. I think I'm going to have a bit of fun with Ed. Now that he's started sending these tokens of appreciation, I'll be making sure I receive them more often.
Good. It's time the old buck realized he's got a dough at home.
Yes, aftershave lotion. Time to put on his eggs.
Kiss me, my Torador.
Not before I've had my coffee. Claire, are you feeling all right?
I was just exercising.
With a flower in your mouth?
Oh.
Where's the paper? What in the blazes is that?
Oh, it's just Miss Spindle, loving people, hating machines.
Good grief, in this early? Don't blame Higby for staying single and living in a hotel.
Little does he know his single days are numbered.
Oh, good. So they came.
Go into the dining room, Edward. Breakfast is ready.
Edward? Aren't you going to say anything about the flowers?
I'll say plenty about the flowers later, Daddy.
Daddy. Okay.
Why, good morning, dear.
Good morning, Mrs. Robinson. I was just on my way to the library, and I wondered if perhaps you had some books you wanted to return.
Ken isn't up yet, dear. No, I don't have any books.
It's such a lovely day, isn't it? Has Miss Marshall left yet?
Oh, why, yes, dear. She left last night. And about Ken. He's only going through a phase.
Oh, I hope so. It seems so raw in our quarreling, and Ken acting as though he'd forgotten this town. His friends.
Oh, he's just got a bit of growing up to do. Something like you coming in here dressed the way you were last night.
Yes, I guess I was being awfully silly. I'm just not meant to be a peacock, and that's all there is to it.
Frankly, Helen, I don't think peacocks look too happy anyway. And I do have a book, but I'll ask Ken to return it later.
Okay, Mrs. Robinson. I mustn't be late for work.
Good morning, Mom. Oh, good morning, Helen.
Good morning, dear. Now please excuse me while I go serve your father his breakfast.
So, did you have fun last night, Helen?
Oh, yes, heaps.
I'm sorry you only had a few dances. It's just, well, Miss Marshall was our guest, and I did have to be polite.
Now, don't pretend you found dancing with Miss Marshall such a horrid chore.
Oh, no, it was fun, but dancing with you is always more fun.
You don't have to pretend that either.
Who's pretending? Why, you're wonderful, Helen. You can cook and sew and economize. You're pretty good at doing taxes and...
What's so wonderful about that? Any woman can do those things.
That's what you think. Do you think you forgive me? You could forgive me for being such a dope lately?
I was being sort of dopey myself.
No, you couldn't be.
We all can, even when we're really grown up. Well, I guess we'll still be dopey at times.
Say, how about me and you go on a date tonight? That is, if you're not too busy with Mr. Considine or anything.
By all means, tonight. But now I have to go to work.
You know, I think I'm going to be stopping by the library later on. I'd like to catch up on some reading during my furlough. Well, once again, Helen, I'm sorry.
I knew things would work out. Like Miss Marshall says, grab happiness, hold on, and never let go.
Did she say that?
And you know, it really makes sense. Bye, Mrs. Robinson.
Bye, dear. Huh. Never known Jean to sleep this late. Of course, I guess she did have quite a busy night.
I'm afraid we all had a busy night, Mom. Thanks to me.
Oh, darling, it's not all your fault. I'm sure plenty of men, young and old, are smitten with Miss Marshall. I'm just happy for your sake that Captain Roberts is so understanding.
Yeah, but what about when I get back to camp?
I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. It was just a simple little misunderstanding that nobody except for us has to know about.
Well, as long as you come visit me in the watchtower.
I'll come visit you anywhere. And I'll bring you those chocolate chip cookies you like so much. Well, I'm glad you and Helen patched things up.
Oh, me too. I'm just glad she didn't find out about last night. I mean, I can't believe I proposed and all. Perfume at $50 a dram. They better make Rockhead General fast.
Say, is anyone else going to eat? Oh! So you're up, eh, Casanova?
Morning, Dad. I just wanted to apologize about being such a goof last night.
I suppose I have to forgive you eventually. But the next time you decide to get engaged, don't do it to your commanding officer's fiancé.
Well, Rockhead did seem to be a good sport about it.
Sure, because it got no further than the living room. Where the hell's the paper?
Darling, you can buy one out of the station. Did you finish your eggs?
Alice, at the price they are, you think I'd waste them?
They did come from your store, Ed. Frankly, I'm considering trading elsewhere. Kenneth, go into the dining room and eat your breakfast.
Yeah, sure thing, Mom.
Want a word alone with your father. Now, Ed, I'd like to know the occasion for these flowers.
Alice, I do not get you. I send you flowers and you act as though I've sent you a time bomb.
Well, you did make quite a fuss about Miss Marshall last night. Even kissed her goodbye. You were humming while you shaved this morning and you sent me flowers. If that isn't a time bomb, Ed Robinson, I don't know what is.
Alice, I sent you those flowers yesterday. Besides, I didn't kiss Miss Marshall goodbye, she kissed me. Don't tell me you're jealous of Monica Marshall. Say, this really is quite flattering. Yes, Eddie boy, still the same old fascination.
Really?
Oh, you lucky girl, you.
Ed, you're being ridiculous. But I'd still like to know the occasion for the flowers.
Come on, Alice. After listening to Miss Marshall spew on about how every woman's a queen and how we should give them gifts accordingly, I felt like I should get you a diamond tiara.
Oh, Ed, did you really?
Yeah, but I settled with the flowers. Alice, I realize I haven't been there for you all the time. It's just, well, I don't have the time. Don't think I don't know how lucky I am having you.
I appreciate you too, Ed. I just hope I'm never too busy to tell you. And I guess I'll forget all about you kissing Miss Marshall last night. That is, as long as I start receiving these tokens of appreciation more often.
Alice? That's blackmail.
No, it's a wife do. So you better get down to the store. I don't want to get in trouble.
Alice, I'm the boss. I can't very well ball myself out.
Can't set a bad example either.
It's terrible the way a man gets treated in his own house.
Well, I struck oil in the attic.
What is she talking about?
Clara wants to brush up on her tango.
Brush up on her... From the looks of it, Carmen over there is hitting her second childhood.
Maybe she is, but she's sure gonna have a good time the second time around.
Not for the peace and quiet of my market.
Oh, Ed, it's been most enjoyable. I'm almost sad it's over.
Mr. Higby must have heard I found some tango music.
Why, Miss Marshall, Captain Roberts.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Speak up.
Hello.
Forget the amenities. I'm referring to that.
We demand to know how this crazy story got into the newspaper.
Wait, what story? What are you talking about?
You haven't seen it yet? Oh yeah, it was all over Kingston. We went there this morning. And when we came back, it was all over the local newspapers. Look it. Young PFC marries Monica Marshall. And look at that picture. Are you kidding me?
Isn't he cute? Junior high commencement. First long pants.
First one, you do realize that they're gonna arrest me for kidnapping, right?
Oh, cheer up. They might use the one in his Indian suit.
You! This is all your fault. You asked me to disillusion him, and I do it out of the kindness of my heart.
Wait, you still haven't told us. How did the papers get a hold of this?
Do not interrupt me, Bob. Anyways, I did the performance of my professional career, and you! This is all your fault. If this isn't throwing your life to make your overgrown fruit stand popular, I will call my lawyer.
I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm sure no one here did.
Now, just a minute, Ed. What about Tim Hayden, boy recorder, and his little girl Friday?
I didn't even think about them. Jean, you come down here at once.
Calm me. Sheer calm me. What's worse, it's not even true.
If I find out that that son of yours is responsible for this, we'll put him on permanent KP. Cigarette butt detail besides. Then I'll have him court-martialed. But first I'll have him shot at sunrise.
And I'm not even violent, but I'll be the one giving the orders. First long pants. Oh my gosh.
What's with all the... Oh, did you guys forget something?
Have you seen this?
No. It can't be. I can't marry you. Not now.
And darling, no one expects you to. It sounds like I would even consider marrying him.
It sounds to me as though you don't think my son is good enough.
Oh, hi. Not funny. What will my public think of me? He's a sheer adolescent.
I'm a PFC.
You mean you were a PFC? Attend on it, everybody! Let's be calm. Decide what we're gonna do.
Okay, I admit this story and the picture are ridiculous, but is there any need to get upset here?
Upset? I'll tell you why we're upset, Ed. It's because Bob and I, we've been secretly married for 2 months.
What? Oh, it's all making sense now. You poor girl.
He means congratulations.
It's because of my contract. Forbids me to marry anyone. So, this was supposed to be our honeymoon.
I know. I'll just call the newspapers and tell them I changed my mind.
No you won't. It'll sound as if I've been jilted. Duh. I'm so sorry, honey. This is all my fault.
No, sweetums, it's my fault for talking you into ignoring your contract.
Jean, stay right here, young lady.
Daddy, why are you looking at me so suspiciously?
Probably because you look so guilty.
So, Jean, what do you know about the story in the Chronicle?
Well, I know that I don't know.
So, Tim gave the story to the newspaper, but who gave the story to Tim?
Me? Well, he needed a scoop, and what a scoop! And we're supposed to help our neighbors, right? But honestly, I've been looking for him all morning to tell graduation.
Maybe that's Horace Greeley now. Mr. Higby, and I didn't think he had the courage.
Morning, Miss Joe. Oh, the party isn't over.
This one's just started. And look who's trotting up the garden path behind you. Hello, Timothy. We were just talking about you.
Hi, Miss Jones. Hi, everyone. Well, did you read my story? I sure took care of you, didn't I?
You certainly did.
In fact, the later editions couldn't carry my byline.
It's also going to carry your obituary. Dangling across my knee.
Bob, he's a boy.
Yes, but a boy what? You mean there's going to be more of this, a later edition?
Sure, it comes out at 2 o'clock. The presses are gonna roll soon. What's eating him?
Captain Roberts is Miss Marshall's husband. He doesn't like to read. She's engaged to other men.
But what about Ken?
Ken? Ken was just a joke.
Perhaps if I came back later.
What makes you think it'll be any less hectic now?
Come here, let's get out of this madhouse. We soon try to stop the afternoon editions.
Whatever you say, Sweetums. But first, I just want to say that of all the people I've ever met, you people are the utmost. This is the last time I do anything out of the kindness of my
That
heart.
voice! Oh, I thought I recognized it. Miss Marshall, you're the greatest thing to hit the air since the first crystal set.
Thank you, I'm sure.
Maybe you'd autograph my voucher book?
Sure, I mean, everything that you've done for us this weekend, of course.
Oh, it was nothing. Just bought some frozen smokes from you at the opening yesterday.
Miss Spindle, the heater. What about the heater?
It's all fixed. You'll never have any problems again. Oh, Miss Marshall. Oh, I knew I'd recognize you. Why, you look the way you always do. So beautiful.
Hundred places.
Miss Spindle's too vain to wear glasses. It's amazing she ever won county bowling champion.
Bowling champion. Her.
I sure am.
Well, she always scores in the other fellow's alley, but it's the same, right?
Monica, this place is getting madder. Let's go before they let those relatives out of the attic. Besides, she asked you to sign your autograph, not write your autobiography.
Anyone can just sign an autograph, Bob.
Yes, but I feel we should get out of here while we still can.
Do not yell at me like I'm a part of your squadron, Bob!
See, earthquake.
Divorce.
Mr.
Because
Bindle!
it will also be her last.
Don't
There
worry,
must
I'll
be easier
hold
ways
you.
of disposing of husbands, the ethereal star has decided. A further romantic note is supplied by dazzling Monica Marshall. We were unable to reach her for verification of her engagement, as rumored in the Fernwood Chronicle. However, here we reproduce a wire photo of the rumored fiancé, PFC Kenneth Robinson. Which we
I'm a
assume-
celebrity! What's Helen gonna think?
I'm a joke from coast to coast.
Miss Marshall, there's a simple solution I just thought of.
Oh yeah, and what's that, Miss Jones?
Well, you do love Captain Roberts, don't you?
Yes, of course.
And haven't you always said how futile your life has been?
Okay.
And haven't you also said that a woman is queen only in her own home?
Yes, can you get to the point, please, Miss Jones?
Well, you're forgetting one thing. As I've often said, who wants to be a queen in a palace without a king? Well, you're not ashamed of your marriage, are you?
No, I could scream into the skies, but it's my contract.
Your public would admire you more if you followed your own advice. Besides, a married woman's advice on matrimony usually carries more weight.
I guess I've never thought about it like that. But it's my contracts. It's
No, you can get plenty of other contracts, but can you get another Captain Roberts?
no, he's one of a kind.
That's for sure.
Oh, wait, that still doesn't clear up the goofy engagement story.
I'm getting to that. Ken is in Captain Roberts' company. The names are very similar. Roberts, Robinson. The wrong soldier, but the right camp, the right company.
And the right army!
Say, you've got something. You just blame it on the idiot reporter.
Hey, I'd resent that.
You're so right, Miss Jones. I mean, who wants to be a queen without a king? And I can get another contract, but I can't get another Bob. Let's go, honey.
Something's been accomplished after all. Honeymoon in the open.
You do understand that they're going to be reporters no matter where we go, Bob. Thank you, Lammies. Bless you, bless all of you. Especially you, Daddy.
Good days, PFC Robinson. Oh, and when you're in the army, I hope you're assigned to my outfit.
That settles it. The Navy for me.
Oh, Ed, what's the matter?
Oh, suddenly I feel very old.
You'll
be just fine, Ed.
He does seem to lead a rather turbulent life.
Don't let him fool you. It's great for his blood pressure.
My career as a reporter had just gone like that.
And let that be a lesson to you. The next time you get a scoop, verify it.
Oh, I've learned, and how I've learned. Don't drag the river for my body, folks. I'm going to drown my sours in a double malted at the peppermint stick.
Wait for me. I'll drown mine with you.
Sure, come along, princess. I never did like to drink alone.
Oh no!
What now?
I've got to get to Helen and explain all this. She's going to think I'm a bigamist.
Wait! I thought you didn't care about Helen anymore.
How can you say that about the most wonderful woman in the world?
I give up. This family's gone insane. So have I. The next time we're taking a vacation is to the South Pole.
Well, darling, I don't think Jean and I would like that very much.
Oh, Alice, you catch on so quickly. Next time I open a supermarket, it's going to be in the dead of night with no celebrities or even any people at all.
Now, darling, everything's going to be just fine. That couldn't possibly happen to us again.
She's still here. I'm going to fix that shit myself, but first I'm going to fix the spindle.
Darling, no violence. It's even having breakfast.
Well, you seem to save the day, Miss Jones, the way you handled Miss Marshall and all.
I just threw her own words back at her in plain English.
Well, I came by to tell you that the hotel was repaired, and I thought perhaps you'd like a lift back in my car.
How thoughtful. Oh, but first, how about some music to soothe our jangled nerves?
Music? Well, if you want to.
Of course, I have no idea what's in here, but Alice has excellent taste. No, there's a catchy tune. Do you know I have never stayed at the honeymoon suite at the hotel?
After all, Miss Jones, why would you?
Well, even though I'm not in the game, it's awful nice to sit in the ballpark.
Why, it's a tango.
I do believe it is. Naturally, I've been tangoing my whole life.
It's my mother's favorite step.
Mine too. She preferred it to the Charleston.
And shall we, Miss Jones? Miss Jones, there is something I've been wanting to ask you. You've noticed that I've taken occasional trips over to Great Falls? Well, I feel as though you should be told the reasons for those trips. You see, I feel every man is entitled to a bit of, well, relaxation. Letting down the bars, so to speak.
Yeah.
It just so happens that once a month they have a dance competition over there, and, well, I was wondering if one night you'd like to be my dance partner.
Dance partner? That's what you've been wanting to ask me.
Yeah, at the Friendship Club for refined folks over 30.
You want me to be your dance partner at a friendship club for fine folks over 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, Clara, Mr. Higby. What a charming little picture.
I think you should be the first to know, Mrs. Robinson. Your sister and I have some news.
News already?
Your sister's bestowed a great honor upon me. She's agreed to be my partner.
How wonderful! Oh my goodness!